As our fictitious paralegal arrives in Baldur's Gate, we are approached by a child. From debated let the voices win, but gave her some gold. It sounds like your mom is dead. Real quick, any and all of my future Honor Run challenges, for the most part, will be streamed on my Twitch and uploaded here in a similar format to this. And then separated Shadowheart momentarily from the party to talk to Ferg. Frump? Oh, short am I. Well, I'm a dwarf, so pretty short, but... I purchased the Dwarven Throne. Shadowheart was then harassed by him. I spoke to an ox and agreed to help him into the city. Intimidated a guy into letting refugees stay in his house. Frump does not like rich people. She normally just screams at them. Spooked some upstart. Met with some girl who wanted me to kill Cazador. Let's be more specific. You know, interesting people. Yeet! Ate a brain. Delicious.
Hey, Lukey Pookie.
What?
That's okay.
Lukey Pookie, my boy.
It just
That's my
doesn't
goat.
work.
What?
Sometimes you and a character just
Lukey
doesn't
Pookie.
work together.
I'm gonna
Lukey
I'm
Pookie
gonna add him to the
Uwu.
party.
Somebody push grass.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
notices your bulge, pounces on your butt.
Shut up.
Literally die.
I have a new favorite book in Baldur's Gate. Reflections of a Gullible Prick. Dropped Shadowheart and picked up Gale.
Shitey little elephant.
It's what we all think, don't worry. We then started investigating a murder. Gale found his cat. We then found a very real reporter. Found some people who weren't people. Oh hey. Got into the circus. Did some property damage. Fed a lizard. Took part in a show and killed a civilian. I did not mean to kill that civilian. Whatever. Killed some more people, not people.
Oh dear. Screaming children, an oozing corpse, and it's not even my birth.
Oh, damn, what that mouth do?
Gortash. Refugees are no longer allowed in the city. Turn around.
We did not want to get arrested, so we fought. I Steel watched beelining it towards Gale, Will, and Karlach to AoE cleave them. Then all of them took volleys. Will would then cast Hunger of Adar on most of the Fist and the Watcher. Basket got involved. He then drank a potion of speed and would summon an air element, which went straight to attacking the Watcher. Karlach raged, shooting at the Watcher due to being maimed. Gale then missed a level 5 Witch Bolt, drank a potion of speed, and casted a level 4 Witch Bolt. From casted Hunter's Mark. Why is it on the air elemental? I clicked the Watcher. Oh my fucking god, man. And would swing twice at the Watcher. A fist went after Gale. I stopped a cast of Aid. A bomb was thrown. And Will was ganged up on, losing concentration on Hadar. A Watcher swung at Karlach and Gale. Some more volleys were fired, downing Gale and killing Basket. Karlach swung at the Watcher, setting it to self-destruct. Will threw a health potion at Gale, and by Gale, I mean the rock next to him, making Frump lose her turn to get him up. Get up. I can't believe I'm doing this. He drank the potion and ran. Will then casted Gas and filled the room. Frump drank a potion of speed and casted Black Hole, pulling them into the gas. Some more volleys were shot. Karlach swung at the bowman, volleying us. The air elemental shocked the guard. Will cast an Ice Storm, summoning his Cambion and Misty stepping away. Gale also casted Ice Storm, missing a Bone Chill on the bowman. Frump then took another 2 fists down, leaving just the bowman, who fell quickly. Broke into a room, talked to another dead person, who told me about her son who killed her. Raphael offered me a deal, which I declined. I then picked up Jaheira. Jaheira's leveling isn't important. She's a Circle of the Land Druid, taking Circle of the Coast at level 3. I gave her Heavily Armored. At level 5, she took Circle of the Coast again. Then at level 7, took Circle of the Arctic, taking Heavy Armor Master at level 8, taking Circle of the Swamp at level 9. I had Will take Bone Chill, swapping out Fire Shield for Stinking Cloud. Karlach would take Aspect of the Honey Badger. I geared up Jaheira and I set off. We went to the Harper hangout. I do want to let you know that during fights, Frump's turns may be laggy due to the amount of stuff in her inventory while she throws the hammer. Jaheira then referenced that some of her Harpers reminded her of Marcus, the meaning of which was clear. We sprung into action. The Air Elemental swung twice at one, Karlach raging, slashing down another, while Will ran down another. The Cambion flew up top to take on another, our Harper friend taking pot shots at another. Jaheira got in there, swiping at the false Harpers with her scimitars. Frump then took her hammer to yeet, running to another to swing, action surging to finish it off, jumping up top to throw again at the false Harper. The Air Elemental got another 2 mean hits in. A missed attack from these frauds allowed Karlach to finish another. The final one made a desperate attempt to run, but we finished it and its friend. Jaheira then had some explaining to do. Basically, she was looking for someone. We'll get to that later, though. Frump and Jaheira leveled up, giving Frump Shocking Grasp and Acid Arrow. What do you need? Jord. Jaheira got her 5th level spells. I then purchased the Cloak of Displacement and a Potion of Cloud Giant Strength. I then got across the bridge due to the pass the elephant person gave me. I then was invited to Inauguration and found Mizora.
Inauguration.
Straight to your handler. And I didn't even have to whistle.
Mizora, I've had enough. You owe your life to me.
My respects! You're lucky I've agreed not to shove my boot up your...
Ah, how I've missed your colourful turns of phrase. We must catch up just as soon as I've had words with your little friend.
Little friend? That's gotta be racist.
As to you, I understand congratulations are in order.
That's gotta be
It
racist.
hasn't gone unnoticed.
We then talked to Will's dad. I won't spoil that for you.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite communes with him,
Father.
then disappears.
What nonsense is this?
I then went to the lower city, with Mizora saying she'll meet us at camp. The Ox thanked us and gave me a ring. I then went back to Joaquin's to save Floric because she was going to be executed according to a flyer. I casted Knock on the Door and was confronted. I tried to give him $50, but that was enough, so a fight started.
You certainly do now. Turn yourself in.
And ended. Talked about some murders.
Unless you've got useful information.
This game's pathing is perfect. This is the most efficient route that you have? Your pathing is giving you? Found a dwarf dressed in red. Oh wait, he kills people. And he's gone.
A challenge.
Found him. Bonk. Artham. Soil. Jaheira got roasted by her kids.
Actually died this time, brother. She looks dead.
Smells it too.
We're just surprised you still know how to find your way home.
I then took the pin I got from one of the dead prisoners in Act 1 to open up a secret entrance. Jaheira then told us where to look for Mince first. The guild hall. 9 Fingers will know. Jaheira then told me about traps, that I would be fine if she was with me. Well, Jaheira, you do not trust me. She's on the thing too, and it explodes, and it hit her. I should zap you. I then moved the box. The rats spoke to me, telling me of Faye Stink at the Blushing Mermaid. Gnomes in the sea! I also hide all my worthless things behind secret doors. I then went into Jaheira's sanctuary to look for things. She wasn't entirely pleased, but also didn't oppose it. I then went and picked up the Staff of the Ram and blim, as well as the amulet for Jaheira. Broke Will's pact. Trump then had a dream and was sus about the Emperor. Picked up Astarion, gave him Cloud of Daggers and Crossbow Expert. Blur, Acid Splash, moderately armored, upping his dex. Floric then confronted us, claiming Will had betrayed his father according to Lady Mizora. Wonder who that is. Trump then talked her out of it. She then told us about Ansur. Uh-oh, Volo needs help. Oh, good, he's safe. Let me move these barrels, well. Picked up a quest to hunt a beast. Spoke to a corpse during a funeral.
The corpse regards you.
I can loot her in front of them. That's now that I spoke to her corpse. Oh my god. Volo's fucking dead. That's uncool. Spoke to a blind guy. Found some people in a house. Found a sheep that was Marina. Dragonborn got mad.
You removed
He's a red cap. Burn! Found out about a missing girl. Dropped Astarion to pick up Gale, as well as his 5th level spell slots. Found the mother, who was talking to a fist. Was offered money to kill this mother. Found Auntie Ethel. She went to relax in a bath while we fought her red caps. Did some sneaky stuff. I wasn't sneaky. The gimmick of this fight is a double M. Morality and mushrooms. Basically, you have to kill the mushrooms in the room to kill Ethel at all. Otherwise, she resurrects. Also, if you kill Ethel, the child inside her dies. You have to kill the mushrooms in a turn. Having said that, Will drank a potion of speed and started blasting. Rump then threw with a Hag's Bane at Ethel, costing her a fresh hag. First M, check. Moved Gale and casted Blur because I couldn't reach the mushrooms, forgetting about Ethel's ability. I see, that's what it was. Whoopsies. Her thralls resist and I backlashed one of her clones. One of her thralls showed me the real one. Gale took some pot shots which poisoned him. Ethel spawned more copies. Gale got punched. I spawned more copies with a Misty Step, blasting it 6 times. Shot some rays of fire at a mushroom, leaving it at 1 HP, forcing me to blast it with a fire elemental. Sending one of her thralls into a rage, critting twice. Used rays of fire and an arrow of many targets, basically wasting Frump's turn. Tried to make her dance. You're telling me I can't make Ethel dance? Lame. Casted Witch Bolt on Ethel, backlashed a clone, killed another, then was jump scared. Will Dimension Doored to the last mushroom, blasting it, while Karlach engaged Ethel, killing her. Frump got halted. He's gonna run for Gale, yeah? No. He's running for Karlach? No. Then took down the last mushroom. Bro, you're still here yelling? Yapping at this animated armor who hasn't spoke back to you yet? Spoke to a clown. Big lady yelled and Lae'zel turned on her forever. Had another surprise visitor. He really thought he could take us on with a group of upstarts.
Lads, clear this place out and take whatever you can carry.
Let's go! I want to take this fight, man. Oh! He's got an army! They came at us quickly, swinging at Gale, Karlach, and Frump. I will say, where the fuck is the rest of my camp? Karlach raged, chunking one of them. Another one of the gang took shots at Dame Aelin. Will casted Cone of Cold, one-shotting Eridan. Frump casted Black Hole, action surging, to fly behind their lines and engage their caster. Yell then casted Fireball, killing 2 of them. Their caster would then die to a psionic backlash. Aelin would destroy one of them, and we would clean up the rest, but Dame Aelin was not happy. She said she found a note on one of their corpses saying that she was the prize they were looking for. I told her we knew that, and I should have told her. I then long rested. Aelin talked her shit, Roland turned on Lorroakan, thus the battle started.
I think that sounds like an excellent bargain.
Oh, face us, charlatan! We who detest you so!
After they did their funny poses.
Imperatum!
And thus, the battle started. First turn, I lost my bird as the fire elemental casted Cinder Sweat. The Cambion blasting Lorroakan, counterspelling his retort. Gale then casted Ice Storm, knocking Lorroakan on the floor. Will casted Ghoulish Touch. Aelin and the Cambion got blasted. Karlach got angry and ran at Lorroakan, swinging twice on his laying body, dodging 2 arrows right after. He then tried to run, which Gale counterspelled. You're not going anywhere. He then tried to fireball, which Will counterspell. That must be the most frustrating thing for a mage, is that everything he tries to do is just getting counterspelled. I'm not concerned about Aelin because she will get up, so we're fine. Frump swung on the air elemental, action surging to continue. Roland shot 1 missile. Bull got burned. Dingity dingy, whee! Whoopsies. I threw him. The water elemental switched teams. Wizard boy stood up. Hey, Lorroakan, hold this. Ow. Anyway, hold this. Useless wizard moment. Lorroakan was so upset about dying that he started to leave. We then cleaned up quickly after that. I say quickly, but I noticed Lorroakan's departure, which was more interesting than the actual fight. What? Where's Lorroakan going? Where's he going? He's still going somewhere. Where's he going? He's still going, bro. Is he gonna phase through the wall? He is. This is the important part. Please tell me it falls. Where's he going? Aelin then teleported his body to the building and worked some things out.
See me caged. You are broken by its beauty.
God, I wish that were me. Hey, Lorroakan. Lorroakan. That would be so fun. Bro, where are you going? What do you want, bitch? Oh, yeah, Lady Mizora. And then long rested, picking up Halsin.
I'll keep a lookout for murderers.
You murder the rats. Rat dead. A rat got through! 2 of them got through! Precious food. What are you doing this Christmas? Anything special?
I'm eating goldfish right now.
Oh, delicious. I'm summoning the boys. You know, the boy. My favorite.
Boy Woodwode.
The boy Woodwode. I can't believe he, like, absolutely nuked whatever boss it was we were on, and that's why he's the boy. What was it, like 2 or 3 crits in a... It was like 2 crits in a row on... Was it Ketheric?
I think so.
It was 2 crits on Ketheric during the fight, and it was just fucking hilarious. He did like 26 damage to him.
He got the final blow on Ketheric, and then he crit him again to kill him when he transformed.
And he was at like 1 health. It was legendary. Yeah. The Woodwode.
My actual goat.
The Woodwode also didn't care to sacrifice himself during the prison break, holding the line against those Sahuagins. Oh, what a champion. Anyway, let's go fight some racists. She called me a slave.
Surprise. Here you are, as brazen as described.
Peck her eyes out. She parried it. Fuck. She parried the beak. Get him, bird. You can't ignore my raven. Where are you going? Are you beelining it to Halsin? What a hoe.
Oh, you're gay lighting?
Beelining it. Who said gay?
Me. Sorry. I'm just so gay that...
I'm just horny. Oh, paralyzing critical. Let's go, Karlach. But I'd also like to take this point and apologize for any lag during fights. Due to my PC and the amount of stuff in From's inventory, the game would lag when I would go to throw the hammer. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the video, but there's only so much I can do now. Sorry, Will. I can't see anything, so I'm just gonna throw this somewhere where I can see, which is on top of you.
Easy.
Let's go, Azir. Get him. The fight was uninteresting, but I killed some racists. But yes, yeah, I heard about what happened, what he did. Okay. That's hilarious, by the way.
It is absolutely hilarious.
I know he's like a piece of human garbage, but I think it's hilarious.
It's wild that he's trying to fight it, though.
Fight what?
The ban. He said that Twitch is ableist.
Oh, no. You're a naked dude who streamed on Twitch. That's why you got banned. It's not because you're fat or whatever your reasoning is. Muscle Mommy Karlach needs to carry some things. Granted, her and I are both Muscle Mommy characters. We both fit the criteria of Muscle Mothers. Found our races. Oh, wait, that's not her. You're a loser, Orin. Wait, how the fuck? I then learned something new. Will can't get up here, but Woodwode can? Woodwode can't jump. Wait, they made Woodwode able to jump? Let's go!
He can jump now?
Yeah!
He's too powerful.
He's too powerful! Bro. Bought the Boots of Persistence, gave it to Frump, and went to start stealing. Finished the Necromancy of Thay. I broke into a place and leveled up. Frump got a 3rd attack, Will got Create Undead, Karlach got with a bit of... and Halsin got his 6th level spells. We then found out the truth about the Emperor, as we read his thoughts. As it turns out, his partnership with Stelmane was between Thrall and Mindflayer, not friends. He puppeted around her husk as if it were a plaything. What a disgusting monster. He then asserted the point that we were a means to an end. But finally the mask drops. Such a shame he put so much effort into it.
puppet. Make no mistake, without me, you have no value. You will take me to the brain because you have no other choice. And once we are there, you will do exactly what I tell you to. We are done here.
We then approach the submersible, making a deal with Red Hammer to protect him from the wave servants, if he takes us down to the prison. We then adventure down into the sea. Gortash FaceTimed us.
Digging and diving where you don't belong.
I docked the Iron Throne. Amulium is here.
You must act with haste.
We started our goal, saving as many as possible. Karlach ran down, immediately booked it towards Ravengard, clicking her heels and dashing, getting both cells open. Karlach would tank an opportunity attack, but still get both cells open, hearing a mysterious laughter as she did. Basket ran in towards one of the cells. The Cambion engaging a fish boy. Halzen then ran in, freeing one. Swinging on a fish boy, Misty stepping to another. I then removed a risk. The Myrmidon moved in, as well as the Dryad to reinforce Karlach. We'll then move to help Halzen. Woodwode! My crab and Frump flew down the main hall, action surging to get to the cell, positioning herself to save the woman next round. Connor then ran to Karlach. Ravengard then drank a potion, Mizora showing up to fulfill her end of the bargain.
My pet. I was hoping you'd bound. A bargain's a bargain. Mia Furia.
Spawning spiders to explode and trying to kill Ravengard. Karlach raged seeing innocents dying, slashing at the monsters. Basket making her way over to reinforce, as well as the Cambion. Somehow, a net was missed on Ravengard despite him kneeling. He then drank a big boy healing potion for 41. Punch him. Punch him again. I'm out of here. Will and Halzen each killed a guard, as reinforcements came to help Karlach. Spikes coming up from the ground as the Woodwode waited for more enemies to approach, the crab coming to back him up. Frump freed. Oh god, maybe there was a reason they were down here. I gotta get out of here. Oh god. That's normal. Will then freed some more prisoners. As everyone started to make their way back to the submersible, Frump casted Knock, flying to free Omelium. The entity moved with us. She's dashing all right. Ravengard got on, as well as Will and Halzen started to run back. Frump freed Omelium and took his trading inventory as compensation. What's in here? Oh my god. His whole trade inventory. Yoink. Omelium teleported himself and Frump back to the sub. I then positioned Karlach to give the gnome's aspect of the elk. Will teleported with a prisoner. Both him and Halzen got on, leaving my crab and Connor to hold the line. I was then informed that they wanted to die. Where are you going? You're trolling yourselves, bro. Karlach would die not saving a gnome from the water, as we escaped the Iron Throne. We then came to the surface to fight some water ladies. You conspire!
You were to administer Umberly's justice. Instead, you conspire with the abomination.
Funny moment. Funny moment. They're dead. Gale get book. Old man. And then went to the House of Grief with Shadowheart instead of Halzen. This is the only fight I'm particularly concerned about for the honor run. I feel like this could be a run ender, but we're taking the risk. Shadowheart casting Insect Plague on the group. Again, we fight. Viconia responding with Sanctuary of Loss, leading to a lot of reading. Sanctuary of Loss. Shield yourself or an ally from harm after their attack. This protection will wane when the protected creature attacks, or Viconia can use Heart Wrench to keep this protection. Violent. Be critically hit by Iconia's attacks, disadvantage on wisdom saving throws. Craven. Manage on wisdom saving throws. To end this effect, the creature must deny its craven heart by bravely ending its turn within 3 meters of Viconia without using any actions or bonus actions. Jealous heart. Creature must deny jealous heart by helping an ally. Melancholy heart. To end this effect, the creature must deny its melancholy heart by performing, hearing a performance, or witnessing another act that brings them joy. To end this effect, the creature must deny the prying heart by poisoning itself. To end this effect, the creature must deny its false heart by silencing itself. And this effect, the creature must deny its wayward heart by acquiescing to Shar and aiding Viconia in combat. The Cambion flew in, blasting. Viconia casted Blight on Frump. Took some swings. Overwhelming Grief was casted on Basket, killing my bird. Some summons did some things. I put a whirlwind of bugs on some people. Frump threw someone at someone into the bugs, action surging after getting herself in there. Killing the Crusader and killing one more. The fun part started. Will casted Hunger of Hadar and Blazing Retaliation. Fun part 2. Me to my keyboard if I die here. A fucking teammate. Shadowheart casted Daylight and Mass Healing Word. Viconia would use her legendary action. Now Shadowheart must aid Viconia in combat. Shot an arrow after missing an attack. Casted Thunderwave and insulted somebody. You ugly bitch. We'll cast an Ice Storm as I prepare for more fun. I'm ready for a teammate? Oh! God, I was so ready for the teammate. My elemental smash the ground and I get upset. I love how this daylight orb, it doesn't matter now, because they put multiple darknesses over. Darkness shall triumph! More darkness! Use Sunbeam, killing Basket and removing my wayward heart while doing AoE. Following it up with a Mass Healing Word. Karlach fought Viconia, kicking her into the bugs. Let out a burp so nasty it made some people drunk. Frump then killed one and used a Scroll of Misty Step to kill another. From those pockets! Oh, a little hot and spicy teammate. I love a little guys be afraid to moan, and I be in my girl's ear like, Will used his amulet to cast Eovard's black tentacles, Misty stepping away. Up teammate. Another one died. Viconia had an awful turn. Shadowheart went down, but got back up due to her weapon. Casted another Thunder Wave. Frump killed another one, and then went to aid Karlach with Viconia. Go casted Blight on the same target. Shadowheart would be surrounded and down. Frump did a bit of cooking to reveal Viconia. Ugly bitch. Has interrupted by what? This dopey fuck? Then casted Shatter. With the boss down, the rest soon followed. The dialogue after was bugged.
I felt Shadowheart's presence in your mind.
We found her parents, spoke to Blurg, and went to the Foundry to finish the job. Whoopsies. This is gonna hurt. As per any other playthrough, the fight upstairs was easy and we kept the gnomes alive. I want to take the time to say I'm sorry this took so long. With how the last one performed, I wanted to make this one as good as I could. Tubby Boy told me we gotta get to the spot, so we started to head that way. The fight downstairs is more difficult to keep the innocents alive. Gringo Bringo is dead. Rip Gringo Bringo. Kill all these motherfuckers for you. Let's hope Will's head being in the explosion won't kill it. My crab! No! Will and Karlach leveled up to level 12, taking Life Drinker and Witch Bolt and Medium Armor Master. Karlach got Great Weapon Master. We then went upstairs to kill the big boys. The fight wasn't that entertaining. I used lightning to kill stuff. We then Scooby-Doo ran out of the factory. Frump and Shadowheart hit 12. I gave Frump Sentinel, and Shadowheart got a point in Wisdom and Dex. I then dropped Shadowheart and picked up Jaheira, giving her Dual Wielder. picked up Legacy of the Masters, and headed to the Thieves Guild. What the f— Found out Minsk would be at the counting house for an ambush set up by Nine Fingers. Didn't have time for numbers. And turnips. Let that be a comfort in your final moments. Jahira's clone came out of the wall and left. Damn. This guy fucks. Alright, Glitterbeard. Let's yap. This guy ran his mouth, so Frump ran his pockets.
Clear off, yeah? 2 words. Guild. The guild will have my head for this.
We hunted them down.
On that note,
To not make this video last 2 hours, I won't be including this combat. It wasn't interesting. Woodwode's gonna be a little late, but he's coming. That's not good. I forced the Emperor to help Minsk.
No, fine. Have it you.
His mind and his rage grow.
dramatic.
The instant's hesitation.
A miniature giant space hamster.
I then headed to the guild.
More enemies than I... Come on then.
Why did you do that? Oh, the most important person that lives here is 3-piece. And my man's 3-piece. Blubbins is also pretty cool. I like Blubbins. My boy 3-piece is in there. Got called boring.
Me too, I suppose.
Rumpin finally got the Frontier's Blade.
It stood since the age of dawn.
Time to find out what the blade could do with his weapon. I then went to Aunt Chevy, killing his guards, summoning the boys, and preparing.
Sarevok, Bal's least favorite son. Still tied to Daddy's apron strings, I see.
The hero roasted him and the fight began. Sarevok leaping down and swinging at Frump. Alright. What is Murderous Retort? Once per round, Sarevok can use his legendary action to immediately strike back at an attacker. If Deathbringer's Legacy is active, Sarevok uses Deathbringer's Assault instead of the normal attack. They can be in flying forwards to engage the echoes and being counterspelled. Or like raging, engaging another echo. One of them casted Warding Bot and Sanctuary on Vok. Will casted Flame Strike, killing one of the echoes and giving Vok a mirror image. The echoes were the focus of our summons, with the Dryad bringing down a spike growth. You're not going anywhere. Counterspelling a haste, but it didn't work. Frump threw her hammer at it a few times, killing another echo. Jahira casted Chain Lightning from her quarterstaff. Crap time. Get in there. My crab! Woodwode. Woodwode is here. Vakipu then beelined it for Jahira, taking 60% of her HP. We then focused out Voklin after finishing off his last echo. We quickly surrounded him, slashing, swinging, casting, and stabbing. Frump would cast Celestial Haste on herself and start the onslaught. I then stupidly casted Hunter's Mark, action surging for more hits. Woodwode. Bakler then unleashed his assault, downing Jahira and switching to Frump. Karlak then crit. Will helped Jahira up. Frump took some more swings, covering for Jahira's retreat to heal. Voking then stunned himself on Karlak's shield. Vokt did some wizard time stuff. What? He would then fall. I then bought Frump the Armor of Persistence. Worked out a deal with Hellisk. Some trick-or-treaters showed up to mug Astarion for candy, but they were dealt with and left.
Get the hells away from me!
We then dropped Jahira for Shadowheart and went to Hell. Met Hope, an Infernal Gem,
Looking ahead.
Got Mole's contract. Oh boy, free shit.
Raphael finds that puzzling. And he loves puzzles.
That's just funny. He loves puzzles.
Got a magic hammer. Freed Hope.
Don't hold back.
Abused infinite long rests. Now, there's only one real reason why I saved the Amulet of the Circle, and it was for this.
There are many things in you. In doing so, I will not abide it.
Plus 13. Come on. Yes! First try.
To stand against a devil in his own home.
Now, some people let Raphael take it away, but I have a different plan. Incredible cover. Linked in the description. The Emperor belittled me again.
Find all the pieces of my mind that fell out of my head over.
Yeet. Well, Lamau, kill yourself was not really a great instruction. Mistra.
Remember.
Found a bunch of random crap in my hotel room. Can I sell it to you? I probably can. That's hilarious still. I find that funny that some people probably like try to convince it that they're, you know, an unholy assassin of all. You could just tell them that you killed the entire murder tribunal. They're like, oh, nice.
I then walked my way to face Orin, convinced her that Lae'zel as an offering would be rejected.
To me, it lets the tyrant live and comes.
Sanguine Lash. Orin can use Sanguine Lash after being attacked. If Orin does not use a legendary action in a round, when Ball's Edict is placed on a creature. Sanguine Lash. Sweep a warped appendage in front of you to bleed targets if knocked back, and knock them back 6 meters. Ball's Edict. If you don't kill another creature before the end of your next turn, you will die instantly? My water elemental got in, swinging at Orin. Cambion flying and blasting. She's just gonna jump into the group. Orin would then dash, jumping in to kill Basket. Cambion number 2 blasted as well. Shadowheart used Sunbeam on Orin, summoning a spiritual weapon. Will then Eldritch blasted the minion in front of him, switching to his fiendish resilience to slash him. Karlach would rage, swinging twice to frighten Orin. Crump would Psionic Dominance a slow, then went to engage the caster, but was made immobile due to a stab, casting Celestial Haste on herself and throwing her hammer at Orin, then swinging on the minion in front of her. Spider bit Orin,
and her first minion fell. Karlach then swung, triggering a legendary action which killed a ghoul and the spider. Slow was then casted on most of the party. Frump casted Black Hole to retort, then started throwing hammers, breaking the concentration.
Get started.
The water elemental engaged the caster and the Cambion started blasting. Another scream from Orin, fearing Karlach, forcing her to run away, also infesting her with a contagion. Another slow was countered. Frump continued to lay the onslaught onto Orin. Cambions would both then be feared. Orin then jumped on Shadowheart and Frump. Will then broke his fear, blasting Orin with some more rays. Shadowheart would then spend the turn healing the party. The caster would die to a backlash. With a purple worm toxin, Frump started swinging. The water elemental would swing as well. Orin jumped in, killing Shadowheart in the process, which I covered on accident. Will would then haste himself, blasting Orin with more rays, Frump smashing her hammer into the beast. Orin jumped in, breaking Will's concentration. Karlach and the Cambion would finally be back in the fight. Clicking her heels, she got in there, using her Axis special ability. Frump would fly in to reinforce, swinging at Orin again. Orin would let the slaughter begin, going in after Will. Frump would sentinel attack, triggering the legendary action.
No!
After killing Will and downing Karlach, she was deformed. Frump would bash into her. Orin just killed two of her friends. She wasn't going to let this monster win. She would kill Karlach, and all that was left was Frump and Orin. Gaining the strength of the Cloud Giants, she would give it all she had, striking Orin and faking a retreat. This was it. This was all that her and her friends had fought for. This monster had taken enough lives, and this was where it would end. Frump would knock her to the ground and would continue to crush her with her hammer. Weakening her grip on her blades, Frump ran towards the entrance. Orin struggled to even hit Frump. She had too much spirit, too much strength, too much will to fight and win. And what did hit Frump tickled.
I'm not losing the run.
Then some reinforcements arrived.
My boy! I didn't even remember he was here.
The two women fought, but Orin ultimately could not overcome the hero of Baldur's Gate. Her minions were nothing. As her pathetic form fell, something tells me I wasn't supposed to fight Orin in her normal form, but whatever.
A metallic tang fills the air as the Slayer's form is drained of life. Ashes to ashes, blood to blood. You have robbed another god of his chosen.
I'm recording.
Oh my god. You're recording this right now?
Yeah.
Arabella seems...
Resisting the urge to be racist.
Not a fan of that Will guy.
Oh my god, bro. And the funny part is that he's my romanced NPC in this one. Oh my god.
I just hate his kind.
That is such a fucking bait. That's going in the video. That is 100% going in the video. That's fucking funny.
We then headed to the Palace of Cazador with Will, Astarion, and Lae'zel.
Tripping in on mixed race couples.
Cringe.
Mixed race couple? Cringe.
If I went to a Hooters, I'd get kicked out.
As in, if I went to Hooters and applied for a job, I'd get kicked out. Not...
No. You said
I can't recover from that. I'm stuck in a door.
I think 2024 is going to be a great year or the last year.
It'll be my last year, I know that. I approached Cazador without Asterion for now, then was sneaky, trying to prevent my rescue mission, hilarious. But it didn't work. No shot. Dominating his call lightning, I had Lae'zel Misty Step to save Asterion. The rest of the NPCs were surprised, however, due to the stab with Asterion. But not the bats? I don't know. He would then have a bonus action to stab the caster, while Will Flame Strike the gas.
I think drunk driving should be legalized.
What? Sometimes you are the dumbest motherfucker. You know that?
Listen, man. I just want real-life Mario Kart. Is that so much to ask for?
A little bit. Vampire Swarm. When struck, Cazador can call forth the swarm of vampire bats. Targets are pushed back 8 meters and may become swarmed. He can throw me off the edge. My crab would steal one of the ritual sources. Cazador casted Light. Oh, well, he started putting out the gas.
Feels like just a normal mosquito could fly by.
Lae'zel would stun Cazador, throwing some big hits at him. For some reason, a chunk of the audio broke during this fight, but I had to restart my recording. But it was just in time to make him start dancing. Alright, I have Cazador currently busting it down sexual style. Quirked up white boy. The fight wasn't really that interesting. Will would cast Cone of Cold, Cazador clearly didn't care and continued to bust it down. Frump would stab him, and a turn later would stab him into his coffin. I convinced Asterion that Cazador's evil wasn't his evil. Throw him into the gas. But stabby. And then dropped Asterion and picked up Minsk for one fight. Well, one main fight. Went to the Great Worm under the city, completing 4 trials. Oh, shit!
The dragon's spirit floods your mind.
I am the heart of the gate. I am the one who roars. This time, you will not escape it.
Lae'zel would start the fight with 3 swings into the elemental. I accidentally used 2 strike instead of Hunter's Mark, so I fixed that mistake. The Cambion would blast Ansur, and I got punished. Will would then use Wall of Fire to get some consistent damage on Ansur. Why didn't I fly first? Frump would then throw her hammer at him, again and again. Ansur would slam the ground, downing Will and chunking everyone else. Basket tried to scare the dragon, didn't work. As Lae'zel finished off an elemental, she used her funny pose move, action surging to menacing attack Ansur, swinging twice more. Mince would cast a level 3 Cure Wounds on Will, drinking a potion to heal himself. As the mummy tried to fear Ansur, Frump would use Arabella's Shadow Entangle. Ansur would fly and blast the group again. Lae'zel would Misty Step to follow and slashing Ansur once more. Minsk would follow up by shooting at the dragon. Lae'zel would hit 3 mean crits. Minsk would shoot, so would Will with some rays of fire, and Frump with her hammer and her bow. The game would then troll me, saying he needed 2 turns to charge. I had Will cast Glove of Invulnerability, and Frump would focus doing the damage, scoring 2 crits. Ansur did nothing useful on his turn. Will threw a potion at Lae'zel and Minsk. Are you kidding me? Frump then threw another, then kept hammering down. Ansur moved down to Lae'zel. Mince threw a potion and volleyed. Will casted Fireball. Hammer time. Ansur then started charging again, and I wouldn't make the same mistake. 2 turns later, I thought I finally killed him. He healed! Then, I actually did. We would then long rest. Then, I would round up the OGs to confront Gortash. That's why I sold you to a devil and let her take out your heart.
The greater good, Karlach.
Oh, that's so funny to me. It's the greater good. First round, Gortash would shoot a grenade that killed my ghouls and instantly killed Shadowheart, taking out Basket as well. Karlach would then run straight at Gortash and rage, striking. Will would then take down the Force Curtain. Shadowheart shot lasers out of her eyes. A guard hit a chair. Frump casted Celestial Haste on herself, sniping Gortash with her bow, throwing her hammer to chunk him as well, chugging the Elixir of the Colossus and landing a crit. Action surging for, you guessed it, as our summons dealt with the guard. Gortash blasted us and he went into super mode. Karlach did not care, however. She wanted this man's head and she would have it. Will got Shadowheart up and stabbed another guard. The Cambion took down some of the avatars. Frump would then Mind Blast Gortash and 2 of the guards, and then would wail on Gortash 3 times. Gortash casted Shadow Fist on Shadowheart, then wailed on Karlach. Karlach got her swings in. Will casted Flamestrike, killing one. Shadowheart finished the other. Rumble then swing, laying into the Tyrant, but ultimately the Diva would put him down, leaving the last chosen in a burnt pile of ash. As we claim the last stone, I want to say, if you made it this far, thank you. This video took too long to come out, but it finally did. I worked hard on it, and if you think it's good, please leave a like and sub to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Bro, I wasn't recording for that! I turned off my record- Damn it! I can't believe you actually tried to join, and it kicked Will out of the party. He wasn't even at the back of the Twitter. We're past that, though. Shout out Rosa Parks. Yes, I told the joke again, because I wasn't fucking recording.
How many times a day do you contemplate arson?
At least 8.
Personally, mine is 7.
Basic bitch. Oh, shit! We then went to confront the brain. Check 1. Check 2. Check 3. Check 4. We were then pulled away by the Emperor.
This is not over.
He then offered an ultimatum. Trump never trusted him. He was a voice that started inside her head. She learned she can't trust those. What are you, crazy? She is. Anyway, we rejected the Emperor and freed Orpheus.
You work against me.
Karlach would step up and become Illithid.
Of the Netherbrain. You feel a compulsion unlike anything then. Complete silence.
As we returned to Baldur's Gate, it was engulfed in chaos. We approached the allies waiting for us. In the interest of not making this video 3 hours long, I'm going to skip the courtyard fight. But if enough people want to see it, I will upload it separately. Let me know in the comments. With everyone downing a potion to give them a long rest, we began the climb. Guess who met us at the top? And our fight to the crown began. The Water Elemental engaging the Emperor as the Diva flew in to do the same. The Cambion blasting one of our dream visitors that has attempted to charm it. Fire Elemental doing the same. As we called in our reinforcements. Dame Aelin and the Strange Ox. Karlach started her fight to the crown as Orpheus started pounding on the Emperor with his fists. Basket scaring him alongside the Gith. The Minotaur fought one of the dream visitors, paralyzing it and nearly ending it. From continue our calls with the Celestial Haste, signaling Yurgir, who started his onslaught on the dragon, shooting the Emperor and going invisible. Frump action surging, signaling Zevlor and his Hell Riders. Our army was forming on top of the brain and they wouldn't stop us. Aelin calling on her mother's grace to slay one of the dream visitors. All of our struggles led to this. The city, the world, everything would not fall to these monsters. Karlach would get mind blasted as magic missiles would rain down on us. We then called the guild as our numbers started to overwhelm them. Shadowheart casted Sunbeam on the dragon and a guardian as Orpheus killed the Emperor. The Ox charging the dragon to get its attention. Rump used this attention to get to the top to clear the way for Karlach. Yurgir hunting down a dream visitor. Aelin would follow the Ox and smite at the dragon. Rump would get mind blasted as the dragon looked to create space away from everyone. Losses were traded on both sides, but we were winning, and that was for sure. But none of this would matter if Karlach didn't make it to the crown, which she would. Orpheus would then cast Glove of Invulnerability to protect her. Our party rallied as we entered the portal. The brain did not want to lose, but Karlach was in and determined. Using her special ability that Mole granted her, she blasted it. Orpheus was next throwing a fireball at it. While the dragon was being overwhelmed, Frump would enter the portal, throwing her hammer. Is immune to all types of damage it took in the previous round until the start of its next turn. This is doable. Next turn, Will would enter, casting Artistry of War. Shadowheart entered the next turn, calling in her divine intervention. Karlach would follow up with 2 dazzling rays. Orpheus took himself and Frump down with a dimension door as Frump prepared to fire a celestial bolt, 2 arrows of ice, and an arrow of aberration slaying. Will and Shadowheart both casted their fire rays as Karlach raged, slashing twice. Get in there, Mama Karlach. Frump took it out. There's only one true way to finish this. Yeet! Once again, I want to thank you for your patience and your viewership. If you haven't already, please like the video and sub. There are more to come. Any of my challenges in the future are going to be streamed on my Twitch channel, which will be linked down below. And thanks again. I'd be screaming right now if it wasn't 2 in the morning.
And the screams of legions upon legions of unborn illithids.
Also, I have a terrible cold, but oh my god. It took 8 attempts.
The pain rips through you, obliterating.
But Frumpalicious, Definitious, make them boys go crazy.
Burns in your brain.
It's what she do.